Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane here, community builder, podcaster, and coach. Need a speaker. I want to give you a little bit of an outline or a framework of what would be possible when I come into your group and speak. Topic is engineering freedom for greater service. All right, let's go to the first slide. Let me see if I make this a little bigger and I'll make myself smaller. Hold on here. I love it. Okay, let me see. Yes, there we go. Mortality motivation. Mortality motivation. Shifting from someday to today. It really happened with my story 4.5 years ago. I found myself losing my whole left side. A massive stroke that took it out. I woke up in the hospital, glad to be alive. Wasn't sure if I was alive because it was white, it was cold. But when I started seeing familiar faces, family, I knew probably not everybody had gone to heaven. So maybe it was just I had survived. And when you survive, your mindset changes because you now have a second chance. A second chance can be very powerful in how you shift your thinking. Here's why. Mortality motivation. When you shift to someday, I'll do this. Someday I'll travel. Someday I'll write a book. Someday I'll call that person. And you shift it to today. Because when you think and you understand that life is precious and we're not guaranteed tomorrow, and you only have a certain amount of days on this earth, a certain amount of birthdays, a certain amount of Saturdays, a certain amount of times you can meet with people. Because tomorrow's not guaranteed. And when you realize that, you do it today. You don't wait. Because there's no guarantee that tomorrow will ever come. So you're more present. You're more aware of how precious every day. When I wake up, I drink, I think, I journal, I read, I plan. I do that every single day. And I plan my day in such a way I want to have the biggest impact, bring the most joy, and be present wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, and make the greatest impact. So when I shifted from someday thinking to today thinking, it all changed. Freedom is not engineered. It's not accidental. It's not accidental. You got to work for it. You got to create. You got to work hard. We're seeing a lot of things going on in America right now. And the trend or the energy is around people that have never even had a job. All they know is to tear things down. You're born to create. It's not just happens by accident. You got to get out there and create. Your time is valuable, how you design your day, and freedom is not guaranteed. You got to work for it. You got to appreciate it. It's hard being an entrepreneur. Don't let anybody tell you any different. It's hard. It's real hard. It'll test every ounce of who you are. But it'll give you the most beautiful feeling when you work hard. So instead of tearing things down, work at creating. In the next slide, we're going to talk about the framework. Oops, here we go. The 6 freedoms framework. Here's what I think shifted in my mindset. I started valuing time. I started approaching every bit of my day. I have 24 hours. How I use them can determine the impact and how that day goes. And when you learn that every minute counts, you simply shift your mindset to work faster, not more hectic, but more strategic. And when I realized that having a more appreciation for time, because I hear and I see a lot of people that they think they got all the time in the world and they don't value their time. They'll go to meetings, activities, and I got plenty of time. They're not willing to invest in themselves. And when you invest in yourself, you're able to get the highest level of your time, of your superpower, of your genius, because you're not just letting the day take you. Most will wake up, they'll check their email, their social, and they'll jump into other people's life. You're born to create your life. When you value your time and you realize how precious it is, you're not wasting it on trivial things. You're doing things with the highest impact. You're more present. You're more focused. You have that clarity that's possible. And when you have that clarity, then the number 2 freedom, health, becomes a priority. We only have one body. And if we don't take care of it, it doesn't take care of us. So prioritizing movement, prioritizing good habits of eating the right thing, and making health a priority. Because if you don't make it a priority, it's not going to take care of you later in life. And it takes daily priority. I go to the gym 6 days a week and I'm at PT and OT the other day. So 7 days a week, I'm moving, I'm grooving, I'm exercising because I've made it a priority. And the time I've been able to master through the years has helped me make sure it's a priority. So when you look at time and health, that's the foundational freedom. And then once you have those two down, you work on the wealth freedom. This is not get rich quick. It's get rich slow. The more you make, the more you can give, the more impact you can make on the world. There's a lot of people that don't put that as a priority. Let's just say your overhead is $5,000 a month. Well, your freedom number may be 6. Because if you have reoccurring 6 coming in, you take care of all your basics and you have a little left over. You're free. You're free to do whatever you want with your time. You're free to prioritize your health. You're free to be able to unleash your superpower, your genius. But if you're worried about how much money you're making and you're not paying your bills, you're not paying your rent, you're not eating because you haven't worked on wealth freedom, then you're limited. That's limited by your impact that you can make. And then when you look at the next freedom, because when you have the foundation of time and health, you build those first. That's the priority. The foundation is the next one, wealth. Then it opens up your creative freedom. Oops. Because being creative unleashes your superpower. And when you are creative, you're able to think, able to work, able to create your life. And that opens up the next freedom, which is location. Because if you can work from a cafe in Paris or on the beaches of Costa Rica, and your business is set up where it doesn't matter where you work from, you have location freedom. Your grandkids are in another state and you have location freedom, you can go. You can be there with them. That takes a mindset. That takes a community. And we'll talk about that in just a second. But creative freedom also unleashes your travel freedom. The world is beautiful. My friend Jerry Boaz says, and his wife, chasing history. Chasing history. To be able to stand at a spot in history that happened 1,000 years ago gives you the connection to feeling. You're feeling the place. You're seeing different cultures, different places. And when you don't wait to say, when I retire, I'm going to do this, do it now. Do it today. A lot of people that put off never have a chance to travel. Or physically, they didn't take care of that most precious asset, their body. And now they can't because the body is not in a position to be able to travel. So when you put travel as a freedom, you start with time. Time gives you health freedom. Health freedom allows you to work on your wealth freedom. Wealth freedom gives you location freedom. Work from anywhere in the world. Lean into your creativity. Do what you're gifted to do. Do what you were born to do. Lean into your genius zone. Lean into your superpower. And then when you have that, you can travel, see the world now, not waiting. Because if you do it now, because life doesn't guarantee tomorrow. So when you have a mindset to do it today, not someday, it frees you up, gives you the discipline for purposeful life. And life on purpose is the difference between night and day. Okay, the next and final is your community amplifier. This is so critical. Scaling local impact to global influence. When I struggled, I was addicted to drugs. Now maybe it's legal drugs, but I was still addicted. Tried to get off of it. I crashed. I went into dark places, suicidal ideation, as my friend Brendan Bouchard calls it. That's not a place you want to live alone. Because you're feeling so bad, you pull back from the very thing that you need, community. Because community amplifies. It amplifies your freedom. Your personal growth is the fuel to your rocket. And when you think of doing life with impactful people like my Rotary, I just came from that. These are people who are making an impact locally and globally. And you're in community with those kind of people, you will level up your game. You will be better because you're around the right people. We've always heard you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most. Well, hang around better people. Hang around people that are making an impact. Put yourself in a community of people that are doing that. You'll level up. And here's one thing that's so powerful that I learned. You got a local sandbox. And that local sandbox is 140 people that know, like, and trust us. That's just the brain can't handle anymore. That's why if you see somebody in a crowd of 100 people that you know, like, and trust, the brain will spot them. It's called parasocial. Now, here's the cool thing. It works in a different way online. Still know, like, and trust. But if you play in the global sandbox, then you're talking 5,000 to over 1 billion people. I always like to share, when Steve Jobs passed away, people were absolutely in mourning, like a family member had died, because they got to know, like, and trust him through his products, through his company. So the brain doesn't know that online. It can go to many more people because everybody's trying to get to know, like, and trust you through the journey. And if you don't put yourself out there and give people an opportunity to follow you and interested in you, then the journey stops. So if you're working on yourself, personal growth, always learning, always growing, your community will get bigger. You will get better because you're growing personally. And we personally use Growth Day as our community to help us grow. Oh, good. I just heard from Jocelyn. Thank you so much. And so when we look at personal growth in our community journey, that makes a difference. So I want to give you two things. If you want to order our book, my book, it's coming out July 4th, excuse me. Hold on here. Let me make sure I can all right, hold on here. Oh, good. Okay, hold on here. I'm going to move this up. I'm going to try and move it down. Here we go. Okay. So first, the book. Let me think here. I know I have it here. Hold on here. Okay. To get the book, all proceeds, you can go to the QR code. All proceeds from the book go to my Rotary local and global foundation for impact. We want to make sure the wonderful work that our Rotarians are doing, and I'm a Rotarian, that we put back into the community. So when you purchase a book, know that that's going to go to a good cause, the community, a wonderful community. And if you would like me to come into your group, hold on here. Yes, you can go to the QR code or, nope, I did hit the double hit. Okay, here. Boom, 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 boom. Where is that? Oh, I know I had it here. Hold on here. Nope, not wrong one. That's our community. Well, let me just get the community. Give you an opportunity to join our community. Okay, go to the QR code or go to school/demand builder, where we help you in a community of people making an impact to create your global demand. Global demand. That's your online. You can get into that global sandbox by being around people that are thinking globally, thinking impact, dreaming big, want to make that impact. And that's possible through scanning that QR code. And let me see, booking. Let me see, hold on here. I think I can. Hold on here. If I can go to pkane.me/media, I think I can. Hold on here. I'm just getting, nope, that's not it. Okay. Nope. Okay, here we go. No, hold on here. Well, if you go to pkane.me, instead of live, put the word media. Instead of live, put the word media, and you'll be able to schedule. And I'll put a QR code up here for media. Hold on here, and I think I can. Oh, there's the book. There's the book QR code. If you want to scan that QR code, you can get the book. All proceeds going to our local Rotary and our global Rotary. Oh, here we go. Media. Okay. There we go. The QR code is up there if you want to schedule me to come in and talk to your group. I'd love the opportunity to talk about engineering freedom for greater service. I'm Pete Kane. Be bold, dream big, make a difference.